So, Fen, what happens to Wikipedia in an election?
Well, Wikipedia, you can think of it as kind of the public record for a lot of things. It's where people go to find out information, and a lot of times during the election there's lots of controversy on Wikipedia because you'll see people editing pages for certain parties, are trying to get information out that maybe the party, that leader doesn't want to have out there. It becomes kind of almost like a war zone where people are posting messages and people are taking them down, and the definitions, the very entries in Wikipedia keep changing all the time.
So how does that happen? I mean, if I go to somebody like, where's the search function? Jack Layton, the New Democrat leader.
Just right down here.
There. So Jack, wouldn't this information always be the same? I mean, it's biographical, so wouldn't it be accurate?
Well, Wikipedia keeps things going as the election progresses. So maybe Jack Layton makes a speech 2 days ago. That information might be important enough to update his Wikipedia profile. So you'll actually see supporters of Jack Layton going online and updating his page to make sure it's the most current and the most representative of the leader.
But what about the opponents of Jack Layton?
Well, they also are very active online, and you'll see people going back and forth trying to edit information so that it maybe paints that leader in a good light or paints it in a bad light, and that the people who are supporting are always trying to make sure that the bad information also isn't getting out there, or that the page is the most accurate or the most neutral for their candidate.
So has it happened in this election?
Oh, certainly. I mean, there's all kinds of vandalism going on. That's one of the words they use to describe
Wiki vandalism.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of on the pages on Wikipedia, you'll see people putting in information that gets taken down a bit later, just even kind of spoofs and just mean stuff that eventually gets taken down.
So can you show me, for example, here, if anything has happened?
Well, yeah. What you can do on all Wikipedia pages at the top, there's a tab that says History, and you click that, and you get to see all the changes that have gone through. So here, for example, 2 days ago, you can compare it to the last version. Someone replaced all of Jack Layton's page with Jack Layton will not win the next election. And then someone had to go back in and update the entire page.
So you can actually go into someone's page, like Jack Layton, and take everything out, all the biographical information, and put one line, Jack Layton will not win the election?
For some pages, yes, yeah. You can, because it's open and anybody's supposed to be able to edit it. Sometimes if there's a lot of controversy, they'll actually lock down the page a bit so that only certain people with a user account. The interesting thing about Wikipedia is that there's a real user community behind it who are trying to make sure it has the most accurate information online. So not only are there partisans actually editing Wikipedia, but there's also a core group of people pretty committed to the site. And they've developed policies and ways of making sure that during elections, these type of back and forth events don't happen as much. And sometimes they find it so bad they have to lock the page down and prevent people or anybody that they don't trust from editing the page. Now you can see up here at the top of the Stephen Harper page, there's a little lock which says not everybody can edit this page.
Oh.
So because of some of this controversy, because some of these edit wars which we've seen, revision wars, they've had to actually stop people or making it so that not everybody can edit the page. Normally what you'd be able to do is click at the top here and click an edit button and rewrite. You know,
there is no edit button.
There's no edit button because you're not a user with sufficient privileges to edit this page.
So how come Stephen Harper's locked and Jack Layton isn't?
It's hard to tell. I mean, maybe because Stephen Harper's attracted more vandalism, and the editors of Wikipedia felt they needed to step in and make sure that this didn't happen or didn't get out of hand. And I think Stefan Dion is very similar. His page is locked too. So.
Well, let's check and see. Okay, so his is locked too.
His is locked too.
I wonder if Sarah Palin is locked. What do you think?
I think so. I'd put my money on it being locked. But it's interesting with Sarah Palin, before she was tipped as the vice presidential candidate, there was tons of activity on Wikipedia. And a blogger in the States noticed that and actually reported it. And it was one of the things that people suggested as it being tipped before they actually even announced her as a vice presidential candidate. Yeah.
So someone was modifying her profile before the announcement.
Exactly.
Wow. So that's locked.
So, but go to the history here, Now, how long ago was she announced? Like, scroll
Oh, 3 weeks ago.
So go down to like 100 edits here. I'll go back further. See how much activity? Look how many edits have been on the past day here.
But you can't edit her.
But these users can.
Oh.
So these are people with enough authority in the Wikipedia community that they're allowed to edit a locked page.
How do you get that authority?
Well, you've been using Wikipedia for a long time. You've registered an email address. There's different ranks and titles of Wikipedia editors.
So it's not that no one can edit Stephen Harper's biographical page. It's that some can't, but some can.
The trusted few.